I gotta give a shout out to Vince Carter, man, because uh, this is a guy who at one point in time was the face of the NBA. I say from 1999 to about 2001-ish, he was the face of the NBA, and then the NBA started marketing Kobe Bryant more, focusing on Kobe more, and ultimately Kobe became a bigger star than Vince, and Vince still was one of the best players in the league up until about the mid 2000s or so. But Vince kind of took a black eye because of the fact that he never was a guy who wanted to be known, number one, as just a dunker. He resented being seen as just a dunker, even though he is, in my opinion, the greatest dunker of all time. And anybody who wants to argue with me about that, let's do a debate, okay? He is the greatest dunker. The only guy who I'll put right there with him is Dominique, all right? You can make an argument for Julius Erving because he was the original innovator, but if you want to argue with me about that, fine. If you're trying to bring up somebody playing today, kiss my ass. But Vince Carter, not only is he the greatest dunker of all time, but he resented that, and he also didn't quite have that nasty in his game at times. He wasn't a selfish guy, even though he would average 24, 25 points per game. People wanted him to be Michael Jordan, and he wasn't that, all right? I remember Michael Jordan infamously once said that Vince Carter didn't play defense. And also, the biggest black eye I think that Vince took was when he admitted that his last year or so with the Raptors, he didn't play hard. And when he said that, many players, not only fans, but many players and contemporary players, lost all respect for Vince. But over the past decade or so, Vince Carter has sort of reinvented himself. He didn't have the superstar prima donna attitude that some guys have, where even though their skills are declining, they still want to be the man. They still want to be the number one option, even though they're hurting the team. Kobe, oh my God, Kobe, Bryant, 60 or 55 shots. Vince is the type of guy who accepted his role, a secondary role, third option, fourth option, even fifth option. And he's extended his career. He's become one of the better clutch three-point shooters in the league. And he's had some amazing moments recently. And this is the main reason why I'm making this video. Recently, Carter made his 2000th career three-pointer. And right now, he's 6th all-time in three-pointers made, behind only the great Ray Allen, the legendary Reggie Miller, Jason Terry, the future Hall of Famer Paul Pierce, and Jamal Crawford, who recently kind of jump frogged him. That's to be expected, though, because Jamal Crawford's younger. He's a larger part of the Clippers' offense, and he takes more shots. So, therefore, he's going to have more threes and bunches than Vince or whatever. But right now, Vince currently is 6th all-time in three-pointers made. He'll probably eventually be surpassed by Kyle Korver. But this is a guy, like I said before, he was known as a dunker, known for his athletic ability. This is a guy that dunked over a guy in the Olympics back in 2000, 7'2", 7'3" center. Also, Vince Carter became the oldest man to score 20 points coming off the bench, surpassing the record once held by the great, legendary, in my opinion, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. All right? He did that in the game recently, scoring 20 points. And also, recently, at age 40, Vince Carter blocked 4 shots in the game, including two consecutive blocks. So, Vince is showing that he's still, at age 40, a factor in the NBA. And I think that Vince realizes that his window of opportunity is closing, and he wants to leave out with a bang, showing that, hey, You know, maybe he could reinvent himself as one of the great Methuselahs of all time. You know, he doesn't have the athleticism that he once did, but he still has crazy athleticism.